we're going to talk about cooking. How do I cook? Okay, well, I want you to watch it all the way through. I want you to leave me a comment. Just go do it right now. Just say, hey, Lee, I love you, okay, or whatever you want to say. And also subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Yeah, and share this with a friend, okay? This really gets me out there. Okay, let's get going. Let's go. Let's start cooking. What you cooking, good looking? Hi. Food. How do I cook? I don't know. How do I cook? I'm just getting set up here. You're watching me do it in real time. Sort of. I know. Oh. I've been having some bad hair days lately. There's hair. Ah. Oh, well. You guys don't care, do ya? No. Oh. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. Little bit of lipstick is my favorite color. What color is it? I had the thing memorized. Ooh, it's gone. Faded away. It's the middle of the summer. There we go. Is that good lighting? There we go. I think that's pretty good. Today we're going to talk about how do I cook. I had a question, and that was the extent of the question. How do I cook? I know it's one of those days. You know, I will tell you, I've been filming almost every day. Today I'm like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to take a day off. But I wanted to get this out for you. How do I cook? This is part of I'm 72. I live in my minivan. Do you like it? Here's how. And this is going to be part 4. How do I cook? It's all about food. Well, you know, I'm going to show what I eat. And I don't want anybody telling me. Because sometimes when I share what I eat, I get all these critiques, you know. So, but there's very few of us who actually open up our kitchen and say, this is what I eat. Because when I do get critique, I always think, well, let's see your refrigerator. Let's all come in and get a camera and say, oh, look what you got in your refrigerator. Look what's in your cupboard. Yeah. Okay, so I'll kind of show you what I eat. Well, as far as cooking, I have my stove. Let me get my stove. I'll show it to you. I keep it up there by my front seat. I like to keep this area really cleared out so I can enjoy my living space. But this is my stove. I put that sticker on the front because it shows which side is up. Because if you open it in the wrong side, that's the bottom. You want to open it on the other side, right? This is my stove. I just sit it on the ground. The flame goes up. The flame doesn't go down, so it's not going to like burn me up. You put the butane in here. This is butane fuel. You put it in here. You got to do it just right. Follow the directions. This one is a thin one, so what I have to do is turn this over for it to work. But some of them come with it already turned over. But here's the deal. Because in a minivan, you're worried about space. Well, it's thinner. The other ones where it's already up, they go up this high. They're kind of thick. So, yeah. There you go. This is my stove. I like it. Yes. I've had this one. This is a dual stove. And I can actually use propane with it. One of those green propane tanks. I can use that with this. And so, yeah, I like it. And I've been using it for a long time. Whoops. See, I'm off balance today, but that's okay. It's Saturday morning. Yes, I don't even have my watch. I didn't even take time to put my watch on. I always have my watch on. Now, I have long sleeves on. It doesn't mean that I recorded this like 4 or 5 months ago. I did have somebody said, well, you know, it's 90 degrees everywhere, so I assume you recorded this like months ago. No, it's still, well, okay, it's warm enough now, but even just an hour ago, it was only 57 degrees in here. It was chilly this morning. I'm in high elevation, okay? Okay, back to the food. Okay, what do I cook? You know, I get my stove out for probably 2 things, maybe 3 every once in a while, but 2. One are the eggs, and I made eggs. Let's see what that's all about. Okay, the next thing that I do, this is every day, sometimes 2, 3 times a day, is I make tea or coffee. I'm heating up water. Yes, for my coffee. That's about the extent of my cooking, okay? And I'll show you my coffee. We'll do it real quick. Here you go. Okay, so I got another treat for you. I have been looking at the yams or the sweet potatoes. They're so good for you. Much, much better than actual potatoes. I mean, the sweet potato has so many good nutrients in it, right? So I went ahead and bought one. And I'm going to show that to you too. I have, I think it's called a spiralizer. Yeah. And you shred it down and it goes into like little spaghettis, right? And then this is a peeler. So I'm going to show that to you. Let's look at that. It's a sweet potato. So, so good. Did you like it? Do you like all my cooking? I rarely do it. But that's really not true. Every day, oh, I suppose I miss a couple days here and there, but almost every day I make 3 eggs. I eat them. 3 eggs. I love eggs. They say it's like the superior food. Okay. No, I'm not vegan. I was vegan once, not for too long, about 6, 7 months. But I've been vegetarian off and on. But I do think I know my body, and I know that I like the protein, especially getting older. I need that protein. I do every morning, probably around like 9, 10 o'clock. I make 3 eggs. That when you eat eggs, I've heard that is the way it is for everybody, but I only know how it is for me, is that when I eat eggs, I am full for like the next 5 hours. I'm not interested in munching or anything like that. I really don't have the munchy stuff in my van anyways. So I do like the eggs. They're really nice. Yeah. And they're so yummy. I put salt and pepper on them. Now, did you notice I did use a lot of butter? I didn't mean to use that much butter. But I'm not afraid of butter. It's grass-fed butter, and it's from New Zealand. I try to get the best. And they say that fats, we got to go with the fats. That non-fat stuff was a joke, what they put Americans through. And that's how so many people got this big, because they were adding in so much sugar into the food. So eggs and with the butter, no problem. Not for me. I love it. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting fat, okay? And I do eat a lot of fats. So yeah, the butter was fine. Those eggs were so good. Now for the sweet potato, yeah, I added in. I keep wanting to grab it, but you've already seen it. I added in a little bit of the coconut oil into it with the butter and the salt and pepper, a little seasoning. Oh my God. It almost tasted like a dessert. Oh my gosh. It really was good. And that's the first time I did it. I've used my spiralizer in the past, but probably like a year and a half ago was the last I used it. So I'm going to start using this. I might do a regular white potato. I mean, why not? I might do that. But for the most part, I think white potatoes kind of add a lot of sugar and insulin into your body. So, but the sweet potato does not. Now, why do I want to spiralize it? Here's my thinking, and this is why I will always spiralize it and cook it, because it makes it into thin strips and it cooks faster. I mean, if you put a sweet potato into an oven, it's going to take 45 minutes to an hour. I don't have that much time. And if I steam it with a steamer in a pan, it's going to make so much steam in here. And that still takes like 15 minutes. So I just fried in that way I only have to deal with one pan. Intentionally, I left my steamer and my pan back in Tucson. I figured if I really needed a pan, I could go ahead and buy one at Walmart for cheap. But, so that's why I spiralized it, and that's what I'm going to do with it. I really want to get the sweet potato, the nutrients inside of my body. Yeah. And then the coffee, I use half and half, but I do get organic. If I go to Whole Foods, I can get this one brand. It's from a farm, and it is grass-fed cows, no antibiotics, no nothing, organic, and it's so good. I mean, you can taste the difference. Right now with the half and half, I'm using, I think, Horizon Organic, but I don't know, I really don't know. They're probably corn-fed cows, and so, but that means I would have to go to Whole Foods at least once every 3 days, because that's how that would to get a new batch of the half and half. And that's really about all I cook. The other that I mentioned, I do 3 things maybe, and that's every once in a while I heat up a can of soup if I just want something like that. And I don't have a lot, because I know it should say, oh, the cans, they got plastic in them. I know. But like this. Pacific, and it's organic. It's chicken and wild rice, and sometimes I have some Amy's lentil in here. I do like these kipper snacks, and what I do with these is I open it up, and I put it's in here. It's upright in a baggie, and A1 sauce. It's really good on there. Or sometimes mayo. I'll put mayo on it. Yeah. I get Chosen mayo. It's avocado oil. And it's one of the better, if it's not going to go organic, it's really one of the better ones that are non-organic. I've been getting this, where is it? Albacore. This is upside down. Isn't that funny? They put the label upside down. This is fancy albacore. And, I understand. I know some of you are going to say, well, don't eat too much tuna. I know. I know all that. I used to be very much into nutrition. In fact, I used to make my own extracts and tinctures. I've studied herbal medicine. Yeah. In fact, I still have it, the big book. Yeah. So I'm aware of nutrition. That doesn't mean that I'm perfect. Okay. I'm not perfect with my eating. And I don't think anybody really is, really. We can slide off every once in a while. There's a lot of temptations out there. I will tell you, every time I go to Whole Foods to pick up a package, because that's usually where I pick up my Amazon packages, it's just, I walk through and the cookies are there. And the cakes, I love, there's this one particular, it's called berry chantilly or something like that, berry. It's like so good. But if I eat it, I'm going to feel not so good. For the night, I'm going to feel my belly's it's just going to be upset. I'm going to have an upset stomach. Let me get comfortable. Yeah, I know. I have good knees. I really have good knees. Somebody asked me about my knees. And they said they don't have good knees. And I'm like, well, I damaged my knees twice. I can't even remember which one they were. I don't even remember because I don't have any trouble with my knees anymore. Well, the first that was the first time I've ever really hurt myself really bad, was probably about 6 years ago. I was working at Amazon in Kentucky, and I tripped over the conveyor belt. Somebody didn't, and the brake thing, it sticks out like this far. You're supposed to clink it down. It's the conveyor belt for the packages going into the trailers to be packed so that the semis can take it. That's dangerous work. I will tell you, it is dangerous. Because if you don't stack, you have to start way in the back, and you have to, it's almost like Jenga. You have to stack it, the heavy at the bottom. But two people usually work together. And what happens is, if you get somebody like an idiot, and I'll just say it, that isn't doing, that just willy-nilly's put up there, what could happen is if it falls, you're going to be there. And if it just collapses, you're going to get hurt really bad. They're going to fall on your head. So, well, anyways, that was an addition. So what I did is I was going into the truck, into the trailer, and I was going past, and somebody left the brake off, and I tripped over it and went down on the cement. It's a warehouse, so it's cement, and I went down, and you just know, it's like, something went terribly wrong. And I kind of hobbled, and the two younger girls that were already in the trailer, they saw it, but they didn't think anything. They probably thought, oh, well, she fell, I damaged my knee. I could barely walk. So I hobbled to my manager, which I should have just called for somebody and got a wheelchair, but I didn't. I know. And I remember I walked, he goes, well, go ahead. So then we hobbled into first aid. And then I said, well, I got about an hour. What should I do? And he goes, oh, well, go ahead and get a broom. And starts leaving. I looked at him like, huh? No, I've already walked enough. Okay. I should have had a wheelchair. Well, I had to quit. And it took a good 2 months to completely heal. It really did. It took 2 months. And I was in my van and doing it. I had to sit like this with it straight. I had a knee brace on. I had to sit like this. And when I moved, I had to move like this with my leg out, straight. Yeah, that was something. But I did it. Then again, and then I had to quit. I quit, and that was okay. I didn't get compensation. I kind of didn't want to mess with it. So, because I knew I wanted to work there again. I didn't want to, I don't know, in my mind, I thought maybe they'll think I'm a liability. Because I knew that I wanted to continue working throughout the country in Amazon warehouses, which I did. So the second time was about 2 years ago, and I slammed my knee down. I slammed my foot down, and I literally messed something up. That was this foot. This was this, like, I messed it up, and I had to have a knee brace. I keep a knee brace down here, but yeah, that was stupid. So, and that took a good couple months to heal too. But you know what? They work. So I don't feel any pain whatsoever with my knees. Now, if I'm talking about cooking, why am I talking about my knees? Because I know a lot of you say, look at you, you're just sitting there and it's fine. Or I can sit like this on my knees, and I can do it for like a good half hour. I can sit like this and it doesn't bother me. I attribute it to, because I'm always on my knees, because I'm in a minivan. I have to kind of crawl on my knees. And I think I'm going to guess that it's good for my knees. I'm going to guess that it's good for anybody's knees to live in a van where you're using your knees more. Yeah. That was an offshoot, wasn't it? I'm just a little bit here and there today. But I hope you're enjoying this. Okay, so what else do I eat? I've showed you what I cook. I do know that there are some minivans that they have a full-blown system where they can open up their hatch in the back, and they pull out these drawers while they're boondocking or whatever, and they got their little cooking thing, and then they got where they can do their dishes, and then they slide it back in. That's not for me. Eating isn't the most important thing in my life. There are some people that it is. They say, well, I cooked so much in my house. Of course, when I become a nomad, I want to cook. Well, let me just tell you, when I lived in a house, I did all home cooking. I mean, I could make pies and cakes, pie crust by hand, cakes, bread. I baked my own bread. I was a little baker. I was a little cooker. Yeah. Organic. Oh my gosh. So, but now I'm more interested in the arts, filming, writing. Those are the things that are important to me. Now, am I giving up good eating, good nutrition? No, I'm not. Because what I do is I eat natural. I don't have to cook to do it. I want to show you. I've only had this. Okay, come here. The bullet. I've only had this for about a year, if even that. It's only 3 parts. The base, and I just plug it into my Jackery, turn it on, and then it doesn't take much to turn it off. It uses very little power. I'll show you. It's a mini magic bullet. I think it was like $30. And then here, I only got one of these, which is fine. Because some of them, they come with like 4 or 5 of these, and it's like... So, what I do is... I have one left. I have a banana here. A banana. Sometimes I put... This is no sugar applesauce. And I use raw honey. I get all different kinds. This is just the one I still have right now. But this is really good. It tastes good too. Raw, unfiltered honey. Now, I've got this in too. Looks like it. I gotta clean this out. Oh my gosh. Looks like it leaked a little bit. But this is raw with honeycomb, and I can get this right at Walmart. Look at it. It's falling. Okay. I got some honey back here. I'll leave this open so I can remember. Okay. Okay. This honey will sit right there. There. Okay. This may have to go. It's almost done. But anyways, then what I like to get is grass-fed yogurt. And I've got my refrigerator, which I use mainly as a ice chest. I keep ice in it. And you could put anything in it. You know, at Walmart, they have really nice, they're almost like smoothie, like acai, little packets where you can just put them in for a smoothie. They've got coconut, you know, coconut milk, or you can get organic strawberries and put in here. But the bananas, I like to put a banana in there. And I put the honey in there. And I have capsule vitamins that can get stuck in my throat. So that's one way that I get my vitamins, and I just open up the capsule and put it in here. Do it, okay? Get it going. And then take this off. Either drink it or eat it with a spoon. There you go. Another thing I want to tell you about. I'm not going to make it right now, but I got the honey. I got the coconut. Okay, the coconut oil. You put it in a little dish and you smoosh it together. You work it, girl, and you just kind of smash it and swish it till it's like it's a dip. What I do is I love Honey Crisp apples, and I peel them and slice them and dip it in there. It's like heaven. It is so good. So there's a little tip for you for something sweet. And the honey is good for your gut bacteria. It's probiotic, yes. And the coconut oil tastes so good and is so good for you. It's just pure. It's so good for you. And for the gals, it regulates your hormones. I imagine for guys too, but it regulates your hormones. If you're like perimenopausal or menopausal, yeah. There you go. What else do I eat? You know what else I do? I only do it every once in a while. Sometimes I'll get some grass-fed. I could get it at Walmart. Grass-fed beef. It's ground beef. And what I do, it comes in like a square package. And I just take a knife. When I first get it, I open it. Just kind of take a knife and slice down this way and this way. So there's 4 equal. So one of those 4 is good for a meal. And what I do, this didn't get honey on it. I get an onion and fry garlic, and then I put in the beef and eat that. Yeah. If you're vegan or vegetarian, I don't know what you're gonna eat. I really don't. I don't particularly encourage that anymore because they're now proving that you might not be getting enough nutrients. There's a lot of new research on that, but that's up to you. You know, that's your thing. You can do what you want to do. I can only control. I'll stay in my own lane. I only control what I eat. But that's what I eat. Okay. Okay. Let's go with this. There are a couple other things I eat. Cheese. Oh my gosh. Yes, I get cheese from Ireland, or if I can get it from some other place than the United States, because the United States is putting crap in there. There's some substances that I read about that are not good for us, and that's how they're processing the cheese. Because it's cheaper. Yeah. So I try to get from another country, and I research it, you know. Yeah, they say it's, you know, and I try to make sure it's grass-fed. Also, so I get any kind of cheeses I can find that are imported cheeses. Another thing too is I like olives, and I do like pickles. Like when I have my let's see. Stop. It keeps going to go in the honey. I got honey spilled in here. When I have my tuna fish, I'll use the chosen mayo, and then I kind of dice up some pickles and maybe even the olives. Yeah, and then I season it and everything. So those are a couple other things that I kind of eat. So that's it. That's what I eat. You can do it. Now, you might want to go with salads, okay? I used to have one of those bags that hung here like a few years ago. I got rid of it. I don't do that anymore. And I hung it on my handle, the third row handle. And it was like a netting. It was a cloth netting that I would keep my produce in. Apples, oranges, bananas, whatever, lettuce, cucumber, things like that. And I didn't have a refrigerator or an ice chest. So when I got salad stuff, it would stay fresh for a couple days. So I could have salads for a couple days, and then things, especially in the summer, things will go bad. In the winter, it'll last longer. But so there's an idea too. Okay. Yeah. I just don't particularly do salads too much anymore. You have to be careful with what they're spraying on them. Oh my gosh. And I heard that even some of the organic stuff at like Whole Foods, they're spraying that appeal on it and everything. So, yeah. Well, zip it. Yeah. I won't go into that. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. This is part 4. And I have part 5 in about 2-3 days. Okay. So, I love you guys. Yeah. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I've got How to Live in a Minivan, the Minivan Leeway, okay? And it's from A to Z. It's an encyclopedia on how to live on the road and how to prepare for it. And from your thought all the way to living on the road, okay? Okay, bye, everybody. Let's end this. Please comment, okay? Thank you. I love you guys. Bye.